Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we're ready to do the graphing method. Now, obviously, the graphing method is, as you would think, we're going to need to graph it. So before I can put it on a graph, I need to get these equations into a form that can be graphed. So I want to get y equals for each equation. In this case, I'm going to take the top equation. I'm going to say 2x plus 7y equals 1. I'm going to subtract 2x from both sides. So 7y equals negative 2x plus 1. Now, I put the negative 2x in front because the negative 2 is going to be important here in this order. I'm going to divide by 7, divide by 7, divide by 7. So y equals negative 2/7 x plus 1/7. There is one of my equations. Now, the negative 2/7 is known as the slope. The 1/7 is going to be the y-intercept, and we can use a decimal to estimate that if we need. Let's do the other equation. 1x plus 5y equals 2. So if 1x plus 5y equals 2, we have to subtract x. 5y equals negative x plus 2, divide both sides by 5. And we end up with y equals negative 1/5 x plus 2/5. So we have two equations now. And again, the slope is negative 1/5. The y-intercept is 2/5. So let's go ahead and put these on the graph. Now, let's do the first one. Well, if I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This ought to give me a pretty good start. Now, a y-intercept of 1/7 is going to be on which axis? Which axis will the 1/7 sit? The y-axis, of course, and because 1/7 is almost 0, I'm going to put it right down there at the bottom. Now, my slope is down 2 over 7. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And so now I can draw the graph between the 2 points. Now let's go down here to the bottom. Where do I start with this one? The y-intercept at 2/5. The 2/5 is going to be slightly larger than the 1/7, and it's going to be down 1, but only over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And so if I'm drawing this, my guess is that this crosses at about negative 3, 2. Negative 3, 2. Now, we already know where it does cross. We already know that it crosses at negative 3, 1. But remember, when graphing, it's simply not going to be accurate. So let's review again. Our graphing method is we have to take each equation and solve it for y, making sure that y equals mx plus b, graph the two equations, do our very best to graph it, connect the dots, and the last thing you have to do in the graphing method is guess where they cross. And again, they may or may not be entirely accurate. So hopefully this is a little bit more helpful. So take a look for your homework.